So we talk a lot about intrinsic value, we talk about getting away from debt instruments and all of that, but what about, just for a second, the value of nothing? The value of nothing. The value of emptiness, the value of the void, the value of zero. Now, zero is not a number because it denotes no number, okay? And in many respects, it is not truly emptiness because zero means a place for something to happen. And that's why it's very important to look at the three aspects of the Chinese cosmology that have to do with the founding of the universe, namely Mu, Wu, and Li. Mu is the fathomless, formless, empty darkness in which there truly is nothing. Wu is the formed darkness. That could be zero, meaning there's some kind of context. There's being, but there's no form as such. There's presence and potentiality, but no actualization, no materialization. And then there's Li. Mu, Wu, and Li. Li is light. And light is all phenomena, all formal principles, all intelligence and knowledge that is expressed in formal principles, anything like that, okay? You might say that Wu and Li are the only ones we need to focus on right this second, but then we'll go back to Mu. And Wu is necessary for Li because Li is tangential and Wu is radial. So any force that we consider to have a vector or that we consider to have a dimension to it, a direction, a force, an amplitude, any such manifestation has to be buoyed up by something. And what it's buoyed up by is the axial or radial energy that is everywhere present simultaneously. That's the Wu, okay? So even though it's unmanifest, this energy, this Wu is present in the form of mere presence, or the 0 point. Okay. Now, why is Mu important? The nothing. The nothing. Because it is that which is without time. It is that which can never be quantized or qualified. It is that which does not exist. Now, a lot of people have talked about nothing actually being something or made into something by any expression thereof, just by calling Mu, Mu. Mu. Don't call it nothing. If it's nothing, don't call it nothing. But I'm trying to get to something deeper, which is what the Buddhists mean when they say all phenomena are empty. What it means is you can't actually get a handle on the edges of anything because everything is interconnected. If there are no real boundaries between phenomena, in other words, everything upholds everything else through the radial force field. So every tangential force is somehow connected to every other tangential force by virtue of the existence of the radial force field of Wu. Okay, because they're all linked in this primordial, pre-existent condition called the zero field space. Then there are no separate phenomena because they're all dependent upon Wu. Okay, so when that is the case, then any individual, so-called individual phenomenon that we can discern is empty of form because its form is dependent on a formless condition as well as the interconnectivity thereby provided to all other tangential forces. So despite the fact that nature goes through the formality of expressing itself in discrete ways, like through octaves in music, or through planetary spheres that are all rotating in a ecliptic orbit around their local celestial object, doesn't mean that those things are in any way disconnected from one another fundamentally at the phenomenological level, okay? At the cosmological level. Therefore, emptiness does actually exist in this sense. And everything is dependent upon that emptiness, dependent upon the emptiness of form in order to create form around emptiness, okay? So, what is the point? Well, the point is you can actually get inside of reality. You can actually go beneath the horizon, the event horizon of the created world, and you can see these things for yourself. You can see the connectivity. My first Kundalini arising that ever occurred, which is only one of two in my life, spontaneously showed me the unified field. It was one of the things that manifested when I was having this experience. And by the way, I had it at the same time someone else did, very close to the San Andreas Fault in California. But we had a energetic, physiological, and perceptual shift that occurred during this Kundalini awakening. And we saw, or at least I know I did, I saw the radial energy force field behind all of this created world. And the created world looked like it was a cartoon propped up on a stage. And by the way, I was not under the influence of any mind-altering substances, except possibly coffee, I don't know. But at any rate, this only lasted for seconds, but it was my first serious cosmic consciousness awakening. And since then, I've come to understand what the Buddhists mean when they say all phenomena are empty. It means they're empty of any separate identity from any other reality, including the formless one underneath all realities. So where we stand today is recognizing that it's not that everything comes from nothing, but that the value of nothing, or zero, is pervasive. That it is like an anchor for so-called reality, and yet it takes away all reality, at least all concrete reality at the same time. It's really important then to allow your mind to be an intuitive instrument from that point forward, and to know that you are a creative force right in the heart of that 0 point, and that your perception alone can alter the physical properties of reality. It's your reality. Make it a good one. Be the art. Now and forevermore.